Hello, welcome back. Day 2, Tuesday. Today we are doing one-step equations. We're going to focus in on addition and subtraction equations. Thanks to all of you who reached out yesterday when you weren't sure about answers, you just want to check in. It was great talking to you guys, and I'm excited to jump in again today. We're going to go through the same exact steps that we went through yesterday. The first thing that you should do is, obviously you have this video pulled up already. You should also have your document pulled up on your computer or tablet or phone. The first question is, what is the best part about using Google Classroom? Go ahead and type your answer in right here. I had a couple people who were not able to type in answers on their computer or tablet or phone. You can always write out your answer on your piece of paper, and then you can send that to me. And if that is what you're doing, go ahead and text me 847-769-4731, and I'll let you know how you can submit it. First two questions are to be answered on the computer right here. The second two questions under number 3 should be written down on your piece of paper and solved. Go ahead and pause this video and unpause it when you finish your PDN. Okay, welcome back. I am going to be able to look at and read your answers right on your Google document. So I'll look at your answers for number 1 and 2. For number 3, our first step, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction is exponents. 9 squared is 81. Write down the rest of the problem. Next, I have division and multiplication. Even though multiplication comes first in PEMDAS, I'm actually going to do the division first because it comes first in the question. 21 divided by 3 is 27. Next, I'm going to do the multiplication. 27 times 2 is 52. 4 plus 52 is 56. Minus 2 gives me a final answer of 54. Make sure you've written that on your document as well as right here. Question B. Question B said 72 plus parentheses 12 minus 4 plus 5 times 2 to the third. Parentheses first, I get 8 plus 72 plus 5 times 2 to the third. Exponents first, 2 to the third is 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is not 6, it's 8. Write down the rest of the problem. 5 times, I have addition, multiplication. I know that multiplication has to come first. 5 times 8, let's try and straighten this out a little bit, is 40. Write down the rest of the problem. 72 plus 8 is 80, plus 40 gives me an answer of 120. Excellent. Like I said before, today we are working on one-step equations. Go ahead and scroll down on your document and read through our notes together. To solve equations, remember our steps are, I bet you can say these in your sleep at this point. Draw your line. Start on the side with the variable. Identify the operation. Perform the inverse operation on that side. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do the other. Perform the same operation on the other side. Write your final answer of what your variable is equal to, and then use substitution to check your answer. Some things we want to remember, that the inverse of subtraction is addition, and the inverse of addition is subtraction. My examples, which I am now going to go to my paper, and I'm going to write examples. Number 1 on the computer says n minus 5.1 equals 8.8. Step 1, draw my line. Step 2, start on the side with the operation. Step 3, identify the operation. The operation is subtraction. Step 4, perform the inverse operation. Since in subtraction, I'm going to add 5.1. Notice that I'm not even worried about this 8.8 yet because I'm not on that side of the paper, not on that side of the equation. I'm only on this side. And minus 5.1 plus 5.1 is n. If I added 5.1 on this side, I have to add 5.1 on this side. If I need to do extra scrap work, I can do it over here. 8.8 plus 5.1 gives me a final answer of 13.9. Now, before I'm done, I have to check it. I have to go back, rewrite the equation, and plug in my answer. I said that n was equal to 13.9 minus 5.1. I'll draw my line. I don't have to worry about this 8.8 yet because I'm just checking my work. 13.9 minus 5.1. I might do a little scrap work over here. 13.9 minus 5.1. 9 minus 1 is 8. 13 minus 5 is 8. Bring down my decimal. I get 8.8 8.8 is equal to 8.8, so I know I have my answer correct. Once you know your answer is 13.9, not 8.8, but 13.9, go ahead and come over to the computer and you would type in answer and equals 13.9. Okay, second question, number 2. 1.5 equals V plus 3/4. Fractions, of course we have fractions. We're in 6th grade. We're getting ready for 7th grade. Still the same steps. Draw my line. Start on the side with the operation. The operation is addition. Inverse of addition is subtraction. I'm going to subtract 3/4. When I do that, I'm left with V on this side. On the other side, I need to subtract 3/4, just like I did right here. I'm going to subtract 3/4 right here. 1.5 minus 3/4. That might take a little bit of extra work. 1.5 minus 3/4. I cannot subtract these because they don't have the same denominator. So I'm going to change this to 1 2/4 minus 3/4. That's better, but I still can't solve this because I can't do 2/4 minus 3/4. What could I do now? Well, I could change this to an improper fraction. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. 6/4 minus 3/4 gives me a final answer of 3/4. I would come over here and I would say V equals 3/4. That is my current final answer. I'm not done yet. I still need to check my work. Just going to draw a line right here and check my work underneath. I'm going to rewrite the equation that was given to me in the problem. 1.5 equals V plus 3/4. I'm going to draw my line. I only need to worry about the side that has the variable on it. I said that V was 3/4 plus 3/4. 3/4 plus 3/4 is 6/4. 6/4 changed back to a mixed number is 1 2/4, and simplified is 1 1/2. Is 1 1/2 equal to 1 1/2? Yes, it is. I can put a check mark on it so I know I'm done. When you're putting your answer in the computer, you're going to write V equals 3/4 to show that your final answer is 3/4. Okay, so when you have to do fractions, just use the slash sign. We are ready for your practice. The first thing that you're going to do, just like yesterday, you're going to write all your problems on your piece of paper. You're going to solve them. Once you have solved them, you will unpause the video and come back and check your answers. Go ahead and pause the video now while you solve numbers 1 through 5. Welcome back. Okay, this is practice set 1. I'm going to go through my solutions. Number 1 said 16 plus x equals 42. Draw my line. Start on the left because that's where my operation is. Addition, the inverse of addition is subtraction. I subtract 16, I'm left with x. If I subtracted 16 from this side, I also have to subtract 16 from this side. 42 minus 16 is 26. My final answer is 26. I'm going to check it. Is 16 plus 26 equal to 42? 16 plus 26 is 42. That does equal 42. So I can go ahead and assume that my answer of 26 is correct. And I'll come over to my computer and I'll write x equals 26. Number 2. Number 2, we now have decimals. That's okay. We're in 6th grade. Y plus 6.2 equals 9.1. Draw my line. It's addition. Inverse of addition is subtraction. Subtract 6.2. I get y. On the other side, I need to subtract 6.2. This might require some scrap work. I could come over here on the side. 9.1 minus 6.2. 11 minus 2 is 9. Bring down my decimal. 8 minus 6 is 2. So my answer is y equals 2.9. I, of course, need to check that. Y plus 6.2. I replace the y with 2.9 plus 6.2. I can come over here again and do some scrap work. 2.9, 6.2, 1, carry the 1, 6, 8, 9, 9.1. 9.1 is what I was looking for right here and right here, so that I know my answer is 2.9. Make sure you're putting 2.9 on your paper and not 9.1. Number 3, m plus 3/10 equals 7/10. Draw my line. Start on the left because that's where the operation is. Inverse of addition is subtraction. Subtract 3/10. I get m. If I subtracted 3/10 from this side, I have to subtract 3/10 from this side. Oh, yes, they're both tenths. That makes this easier. I put 4/10. Hopefully, no one in this class put 4/10 as their final answer, because we are almost 7th graders and we would never leave a final answer as 4/10. We need to simplify it to 2/5. Make sure you are checking your answers so that you have the correct answer when you submit it on your paper. I'm going to keep moving. Number 4. Number 4 is z minus 1/3 equals 1 2/3. Draw my line. Start on the side with the operation, subtraction. Inverse of subtraction is addition. I add 1/3, and I'm left with z. On the other side, I add 1/3. 1/3, 1 plus no whole number is 1. 2/3 plus 1/3 is 3/3. I cannot leave that as my final answer. My final answer is z equals 2. Number 5, our final question for this problem set. The question is, which of the following values makes y in this equation true? My equation is y plus 2.7 equals 5.2. I could just check every single answer, but I think it's easier to just solve this the way that I know how. Draw my line. Start on the side with the operation. Inverse of addition is subtraction. Subtract 2.7, and I get y. On this side, I subtract 2.7. 5.2 minus 2.7, 2.5. Y equals 2.5. I would double check it. Is 2.5 plus 2.7 equal to 5.2? Yes, it is. So my answer choice should be B, 2.5. Once I know that it's 2.5, I should go where it says correct answer, and I can either put 2.5 or I can put the letter B. Both of those are acceptable. Okay, you're now ready for your second problem set. When you're ready, press pause on this video. You're going to copy down the questions 1 through 5. You're going to solve them on your notebook paper. Make sure that you unpause when you're done. Go ahead and pause now. Okay, welcome back. What's that? Oh, it's an extra credit alert. Before we check our answers, today's extra credit. Reminder of the rules from yesterday. It's Tuesday, so all lessons, extra credit can only be submitted on Tuesday. It can be submitted between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. You can get it from texting me, 847-769-4731. Your extra credit for today. You need to text someone else in your grade, in our grade, doesn't have to be in your homeroom, and you need to ask them, how's the math going? Or ask them, did you get number 2 yet? Or have some type of conversation about the math work. Send me a screenshot of your conversation with someone else from the class, and make sure that it's sent between 10 and 2, and I will text back with how it has boosted your grade. One reminder from yesterday, you need to make sure you tell me in your text who you are. I had to text a couple of people back. Who is this? And then they told me, and I was able to give them their extra credit. So between 10 and 2 today, send me a screenshot of the conversation you have with a classmate about this math work. Now, back to checking our work. Number 1. X minus 14 equals 23. Draw your line. Inverse of subtraction is addition. Plus 14 gives me X. Plus 14. Final answer is 37. Number 2. N plus 2/5 equals 4/5. Draw my line. Subtract 2/5. Subtract 2/5. N equals 2/5. Number 3. W minus 13.7 equals 22.8. Draw my line. Inverse of subtraction is addition. Adding 13.7 gives me W. Add 13.7 to this side. Get 5, 6, 3. Bring down my decimal. My final answer is W equals 36.5. Number 4. C plus 55 equals 55. This is actually the easiest question that we've received. What number plus 55 is equal to 55? You should have been able to figure this out without doing any work. Draw your line, subtract 55, subtract 55. Obviously, C is equal to 0 because the only number plus 55 that gives us 55 is 0. Number 5. Question is 12 equals x minus 24. Draw your line. This time we start on the right because that's where the operation is. The inverse operation of subtraction is addition. I add 24 and I get x. I add 24 to the other side and I get 36. So my final answer is 36. Make sure that you have entered your answer on your computer screen and you are ready to take your exit ticket. Remember that your exit ticket will happen on your piece of paper. You'll show all your work, and then you'll put your final answer on the computer screen right here, and that's how I'll check it. When you finish your exit ticket, you can join me for office hours between 11:15 and 11:45 today. If you don't have any questions or you missed that window, you can make sure that you're completing your con assignment. You have another one. You've been assigned all 5 of these for this week, but my suggestion is if you did this one yesterday, you do this one today, and then you're just doing one a day. As always, if you have any questions, give me a text, 847-769-4731, and we will see you again tomorrow. Take care.